Hello YouTube, welcome back to my channel. In this video I am painting Blue Diamond from Steven Universe and discussing my painting process, my growth in art, and why 2020 was a sucky year in terms of making art. As always, any art materials I use are listed in the description, and if you'd like to see more of my art, all of my socials are linked there as well. Without further way, let's get into the video. I want to start off this video by talking about how 2020 was a bad art year for me. I usually reserve this type of topic for like my New Year's videos, but I want to keep that video a little more positive, so I thought I'd bring up more of the negative thoughts and disappointments I had with the year in this video. I think the one thing that contributed to me thinking that 2020 was a sucky art year was because I feel like I had so much free time, and yet I wasn't able to use that free time in a way that I wanted. Like, for usually if 2020 wasn't 2020 and I had a different mindset for the year, I would have thought that all the free time I had with quarantining and having online school, that I should be able to make more artwork. But the disappointing thing is, seeing how 2020 went, I wasn't able to make as much as I wanted to, and that sometimes contributed to art block or just having to get through a day of quarantining and just trying to live life and go through online school. But in my head I knew I could have just done more, but I know I wasn't supposed to do more because of 2020. And with that also came with self-comparison and comparing myself to other people, in which like I was able to see like people, even my own family members, were able to be successful even though 2020 was like basically the worst year of their lives, and the people able to change themselves, whether it came to like physical changes or mental changes, or even being able to do the goals that they always wanted to do. But for me, I felt like I just couldn't do that, and it makes me feel disappointed because it seems like everyone else was able to get through 2020 and do the things that they wanted to, but I was just like either not strong enough or not willed enough, or didn't have the discipline needed for me to be able to be successful with my art career in 2020. In my head right now, it feels like I did wrong by myself because I wasn't pushing myself 24/7 to be the best version I could be, or the best artist I could be, or the person who posts the most on TikTok. And really, I think that's what sends me into like a spiral sometimes, when I'm like looking through the last time I posted on Instagram, or the last time I posted on TikTok, or the last time I posted on YouTube. Is like my posts are so far, and like sometimes they don't connect with their ideas. And I'm seeing now, with the more that I'm learning TikTok's algorithm, is knowing that I probably would be a person who has like a lot of followers, or be successful on any platform if I was just able to post more. But it's just that every year it feels like I run into these weird art blocks that stop me from posting, even though like I'm at the height of continuing to grow and get more people to see my art. And right now, I don't want to sound like I'm complaining, because I'm glad for people who are able to see my art and who do like and leave comments on my videos and stuff. But it's disappointing to know that I could have more or do more if I just was more and just was able to push through the pettiness of having this art block. But I'm kind of glad that like I was able to give myself breaks with 2020, because I feel like if I were to just push through those art blocks and try to force myself to make content, I would hate more the artwork than I actually already hate. And so for most of the artwork I do kind of love it, but for the beginning of the year I hate those. So I'm kind of glad that I didn't force myself to create when it was time, but also still disappointed that I know that I could have done more and I just didn't. I also know that I do need to start having the capacity to do more, because right now like I'm in the middle of stressing out about studying for college exams and getting into the art school that I want to go to. But I know in order to really get into those schools, besides having like good grades or good exam marks, I need to have a good portfolio. And as I see with me posting my artwork and the stuff that I am able to create within a year's time, I don't think I'll have a strong enough portfolio to get into the schools that I want to. And that's what worries me, because I knew I had the time to make good study or think pieces within 2020, but I just wasn't able to have the time and apply the things I already knew about art and things I already knew about my style to just make a portfolio. And I know that I had the time, and I know that if I just had the right discipline, I would be where I want to be. But 2020 just added more and more stress as the months went on, and I'm still in the same place with my portfolio where I don't feel ready to put in any art pieces, because I know so far I have so much fan art. I need to start having more original ideas, but I just can't figure out what I want to draw or what actually speaks my mind when it comes to my creativity. So like, I just don't feel ready, but I'm stressed out because I know I have to be ready if I want to go to the art college that I want to go to, which that also sucks because I think I'm spending so much time within school and stressing myself out with grades that I don't leave enough time for me to either just chill out and just enjoy the rest of my day, or to go on and do my passions and my hobbies and work towards my future, because 2020 has just made me so tired. And I know that I was just given so much extra time to do the things I need to be able to be successful, but I just wasn't able to discipline myself in the right way so I could make a good portfolio. And I still don't even know what to do for like the sketchbook portion of my portfolios. I know that's something that you have to turn in depending on the school that you go to. So yeah, currently right now 2020 had made me really stressed about the future of art school and what I'm going to do with the passions I already have. And I know that art is my passion. I don't want to give up on it, but there's multiple times 2020 where I just had to stop drawing. I had to stop sketching. I just had to focus on other things that wasn't my passion. And in the end, that made more art blocks, which made me more sad and made me have to think more about my mental health. But of course I didn't have enough time to focus on that mental health, which just led just into a really bad cycle when it came to the art I was making. Like, it feels like I was throwing out more sketches and pieces and I wasn't able to just finish a drawing in one go like I usually do. So that's one thing that's one big thing that really sucks about 2020. Even though I haven't watched any other YouTubers who already made topics about how 2020 made them want to quit their passion, or made them want to quit their jobs, or made them just want to give up on everything entirely, I think I understand, even from like a little bit, their viewpoint. Just 2020 was mentally taxing, and like, you just couldn't do the things that you wanted to do. We all had so many plans what we wanted to do with the year, especially me, who just wanted to plan everything out on New Year's Day on how I wanted 2020 to look like. But I feel like a lot of people are now on the same page, just thinking like, man, 2020 sucked and there's so much I couldn't do. But in the end, I hope that those people, even the YouTubers, are thankful that they were able to just get through 2020, and hopefully we can all come back with the retrospective. Even if we have a lot of time given to us, we do need to make sure that we focus on mental health and try not to stress out about things that we just couldn't control. If we needed a day off from our creations, we just needed a day off. We just don't need to spend every moment of our lives giving up stuff in order to be successful. Sometimes we just really need a break. Even though I have so much more negative things to say about 2020, I want to save some of that for my year in review and switch the topic about the growth I experienced with the year. So first things first, I think the only thing that's able to help me see the growth that's able to go throughout this year was being able to take my first art class in a higher grade level. Even though it's reteaching some of the things I already know about the principles of art, it's still helping and helps to have someone else look at your art and be able to critique and tell you what you can fix and what you should and shouldn't do, and people who are there to either hype you up or tell you the things that you need to know about art. So one of the best decisions of 2020 ever did was putting that class on my class list and being able to learn from others around me. With taking the art class comes with me being able to draw faces and other body parts a little more atomically correct, and being able to fix things where I'm like, that's a little wonky. I can now see some of the mistakes in my older art, and now I can see it before I finish a piece of mistakes I'm already making. So that's a plus with actually taking your art class. Now, something that didn't come with the art class is me being able to mix up references. That's something I used to struggle a lot when I was younger and first starting out making art, especially when it came to me drawing blue diamonds. As you've seen the other pictures, was being able to mix up references and making it my own. Because what I used to do, if you were to scroll onto my Instagram and look for even older pictures of blue diamond that I didn't show in this video, they always look so weird, and I always thought, oh, this is the best I can ever do, it looks so realistic. But because I wasn't using multiple references, everything just looked wonky. And I think, even though you can't really see it in the video, I first started off with this painting with just not drawing an ear at all, because the style of Steven Universe doesn't have any ears most of the time. So I just thought, no one's gonna know, so I don't draw an ear. But I saw how bad it looked without it, so I just looked up a picture of an ear and just started painting it in there, and it makes the picture look so much better. I don't really like realistic styles, but being able to know how to draw an ear and how to make it kind of look good really helped solidify the way this picture looked and made it look nice. I also feel like I can tackle any art medium that I want to. I'm able to pick up and put down pieces, and I know when to stop and start. I used to struggle with that a lot, with leaving my pieces over rendered or under rendered and not knowing when to fix some mistakes within the piece while I'm looking at it. But now I can see when I need to start over on a certain part, or when I need to just change it just a little bit, or when I just need to stop it, because if I keep going, it's just going to be an unending cycle, which is something you're going to see with this hair as I keep going. I think like, oh, maybe if I just keep going, I'm going to stop. Just like, no, I just know that's something that I need to study for a little bit, so maybe I can do some gouache studies of hair so I can learn how to paint hair correctly. But I'm glad that when it did come to the end of this piece, I just stopped it. Now, I'm not proud of the hair in the way I drew it, but I knew I just had to stop in order to make an effort of learning how to draw hair. Not that I admitted that, I feel like I can take any piece. I want to talk about my painting process and what I think are my achievements and what I would improve if I were to redo this piece. Now, I'm not going to redo this piece for like a whole year, so let's just put this out there, so hopefully next time I paint this, it looks different. One thing I am very, very proud of was last video I complained how like I didn't push myself with the colors. So for this painting, the first thing I thought about was pushing myself with the colors, especially with that sea green and the pink that is in the face, because I really love seeing pictures of dark skinned people who like have multiple different color lights like diffuse onto their skin. So I wanted to try that with Blue Diamond, even though I feel like this show wouldn't really do this with their style, but I felt like it would be so pretty just to see the color pink, and also probably kind of sad to see the color pink flashed over the skin, because it kind of looks like, you know, a shattering happened or someone got poofed. But I thought it would look nice for the aesthetic. I am very proud of my stylized facial features, and also, as I said before, adding that ear, which really tied the piece together. I like how, even though I am trying to paint realistic, I'm still trying to keep it in my own cartoony style. Like, as you see, I didn't really give her fingernails because I didn't feel like fingernails would really be necessary for this type of painting. So I just decided just to leave them out, just keep them into like very stylized little fingers like I usually do. Because like the year before, very proud of that, because otherwise I feel like it looks so wrong just to have just, I guess, what would be her like not collarbone, it would be like her jaw just there, and it looks funny without having the ear there. And let me reiterate how I am glad that I just knew to let the piece be done, because I knew it would have been like a whole nother, it's like just a whole nother weaker day of me trying to figure out how to do the hair. As you see right now, this is me painting over it, because one, I was looking at a reference image and I saw that her hair was a lighter color than the one that I already had, So as they will just be like, I need to stop, start over, redo this hair, and just finish this piece because I'm absolutely done with it. Now, while I say that I was done with her hair and I'm glad that I just was able to put the piece down, I am also I would like to improve on how I draw hair when it comes to the gouache style. I feel like when I do markers and I do watercolor, I'm able to leave my hair colored in a kind of cartoony way. But I feel like with gouache or any other type of painting medium, that I need to learn how to paint my hair more realistic because it kind of fits in with that semi-realism style. So maybe one day I want to take some time and just paint different hairstyles that I find on the internet so I can make my hair more realistic. So maybe that's something I can set up as a goal for 2021 to get better at drawing hair. I will also improve, as you'll see later, the inking, mainly the outside lining. It looks kind of shaky. That's probably because I was doing it very, very early in the morning and I was ready to be done with this piece so I could just sleep. But if I were to go back, I would have either made sure that my piece was 100% dry before adding the ink, or taking my time with the inks so I could make it look nice instead of look kind of shaky. But you know, in the end, it looks alright. I know I wouldn't be able to see the improvements or be able to have the retrospect on this piece if I haven't been through what 2020 has pushed me through when it comes to making art and how I discipline myself when it comes to making. Even if I wish I had less art blocks or if I was able to create more than what I did, I think I was able to create the amount of art that I needed to, and those art blocks really helped me make the art and make the decision I was able to make today when it comes to my future painting processes. So in the end, even if 2020 to me feels like the worst year ever, it really did a lot when it comes to helping me create good art and be able to think about how I will continue to make good art. So that wraps up my art ramble about how 2020 has changed my perspective in art. Thank you so much for watching this video, and if you'd like to hear more about 2020 and what I plan to do with that with 2021, tune in to hopefully my next video where I end up talking about my goals for 2021 and the goals that I had in 2020 and the things I was able to achieve and the things that I didn't achieve and the things that I'm gonna push forward for me to do in 2021. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.